harvest moon.
Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Woo-hoo. We have a super crowd here on Super Sunday. Please rise and join us in singing Calling Forth the Light. Call it forth. We are calling forth the light. We are calling forth the light of God. Calling forth the light.
It shines in you.
Shines in you.
Shines in me.
It shines in me.
Shines right now.
It shines right now.
For eternity.
We are calling forth
shines right you.
It shines on you.
It shines in me.
It shines in me.
It shines right now.
It shines right now for eternity. We are calling forth the light. We are calling forth the joy of God. We are calling forth the joy.
It shines right you. It shines in me. It shines right now for eternity. It shines in you.
It shines in you.
It shines in me.
It shines in me.
It shines right now.
It shines right now
for eternity.
Call light.
We are calling for the light. We are calling for the light of God. We are calling for the light. It shines right you.
It shines in you.
It shines in me.
It shines in me.
It shines right now.
It shines right now for eternity. Sorry about that.
60s. Woohoo! Yay.
I love it. Yay, 11:30.
Good morning. Welcome to Unity of Walnut Creek service. My name is Sharish.
And my name is Laurel, and we are so glad that you're with us today. We want to bless and welcome everyone who is watching online. We did it again.
I know,
We
it's
did
good.
it
We're-
again.
Your presence adds to our spiritual community, and we are grateful you are with us. Thank you for joining us.
It's not your fault. It was me.
No, it's okay. You're forgiven. Yes, exactly. We're all perfect. We're all perfect. Please join me in welcoming back our special guest musicians, the 360s. With John Shin, joined by Christopher on piano, Dwayne on bass, and Dan on drums. Thank you for sharing your music with us.
It's great. Reverend Kristen will deliver today's message entitled The Inner Architect of Peace. This is part 2 of 5 in the Peace Builders series.
Before we begin, I invite you to turn your phones to silent as we enjoy the sacred service together.
And now let us take a moment to be grateful for the land our center rests upon. This is Bamey Walk and Ohlone land.
We honor the Bamey and Ohlone people of today, and we are grateful for those who were stewards of this land before us. We commit to taking care of these sacred native grounds and of Mother Earth.
Unity is a positive path for spiritual living. Our vision for the world, and let's say this together,
We envision a spiritually awakened world where all life thrives in conscious oneness. Our mission is who we have come here to be. Again, let's say this together. We are a loving, inclusive community, expanding and living our divinity in sacred service for all. Our core values are love, connection, service, and wisdom.
Very nice. And if you're here for the first time and you're feeling a little brave, would you please raise your hand so that we may give you a welcome packet? Any newcomers?
Yay!
Welcome, welcome. Thanks for being here. In addition to information about Unity, that welcome packet also contains a $10 coupon, which you can use to attend a class or other activity here at Unity. And we're so glad that you've come and joined us today. I hope that afterwards you'll stick around come visit the cafe, bookstore, welcome center across the patio to receive a gift and also to get some coffee and meet us. So thank you for being here. We appreciate it.
Connection cards are available in the newcomer welcome packets and in the seat pockets in front of you. These are for everyone. With this card, you may submit a prayer request, and our prayer team will pray with you throughout the week.
You may also share feedback or request information. Please place the card in the basket with the offering later in the service. For those of you viewing online, connection cards are available on the Watch Live page of our website. We have several activities to highlight this week.
Crack open the fun.
Woohoo!
Unity's Crab Feed is back. Yeah.
Don't want to miss that.
Bring your appetite for a night of laughter, connection, and seriously good food on Saturday, February 28th at 6 p.m. at the Pleasant Hill Senior Center. Enjoy a delicious crab dinner with pasta, salad, bread, and non-alcoholic beverages, and our famous dessert auction. Tickets are available in the bookstore and online. Volunteer signups are on the patio. This is a BYOAB event. Bring your own adult beverage. So get cracking and grab your tickets soon. This event sells out every year.
Don't miss it. Do you love to sing? Yes. Lift your voice and share the joy of music and community by joining Unity's choir. Our spring choir session includes 7 weeks of inspiring rehearsals, culminating in a special Easter Sunday performance on April 5th. Rehearsals begin the 3rd week in February and meet on Mondays at 7 p.m., starting February 16th. Sign up on the patio following the service or email office@unityofwalnutcreek.org to join us. Come be a part of something joyful and heart-opening this spring.
Would you like to experience God as real, present, and active around and within you at all times?
Well, that sounds good.
Yeah. Come to a new class that explores reality, spiritually and scientifically with Reverend Dr. Carol Richardson starting Tuesday, February 24th.
Carol, do you want to go ahead and stand? Dr. Carol, do you want to stand up so we can see who you are?
Yeah.
Thank you.
This 5-week workshop blends spiritual insight with scientific understanding, drawing from Reverend Dr. Carol Richardson's work on universal consciousness and the quantum vacuum. Experience inspiring teachings and practices that will nourish your mind, open your heart, and deepen your felt connection with divine presence. Pre-register in the bookstore on Sunday mornings to receive a discount on the series.
Sounds good. Would you like to replace stress and tension with playful, liberating, and fun movement?
Yes.
Woohoo! So much fun. Be sure to come to a new class called Embodied Freedom on the 4th Friday of the month at 7 p.m. This class will help you reconnect with your body's innate wisdom through spontaneous, free-form movement in a safe, judgment-free space to explore authentic self-expression. It's accessible to all abilities, no experience is necessary, but just bring yourself an open heart, bring some water, and comfortable clothing. Save money by registering online or in Unity's bookstore on Sunday mornings. And as we prepare for our time of meditation, please join me in taking a conscious breath. And let's take one more, and this time on the exhale, make a sound. And affirm our statement of faith together.
There's only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God.
We begin with music, followed by guided meditation and silence.
I am a source of radiant love from source I am a source of radiant love, of radiant love. I am a source of radiant love, of love from source. I am a source of radiant love, of radiant love. I am.
And as we know that we draw upon that source of love from within our own hearts, also available to us is peace. As we quiet our minds, still our bodies, breathing in the peace of this moment. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Simply to rest in spirit. Every breath an opportunity for deeper peace. Feel the peace in your body as your shoulders relax, your belly softens. Let each bell be a sound of peace, drawing you further inward. Resting now in the serenity of your own soul in the silence. if you feel so moved, to share a little bit of this peace by sending it out to any particular place or person. Simply radiating peace in every direction. So it is.
I am the source of radiant love, of love from source I am. I am a source of radiant love, of radiant love. I Spirit, take these fears from me. Remove the worries, cares, and wars. Bring me closer to your peace. Hear me knocking on heaven's door. 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 Spirit, take these thoughts from me. I don't need them anymore. I release them now to thee. Hear me knocking on heaven's door. 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 I let go and I let be, and feel the love I came here for. Let cold is still down to the core. In His presence, let me be. Always knocking on heaven's door. Sing it with me now. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Always knocking now. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Lord, can you hear me knocking, knocking now? Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door. Yeah, I'm always knocking. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door.
Yeah, knocking on heaven's door. Your harmonies are just so beautiful. Can tell they've been playing together a while, huh? Yeah, it was a little editing on Bob Dylan, wasn't it? Well, good morning, everyone. It's good to be with you always. And this is the second week in our Peace Builder series, which happens to be supported by the second week in Black History Month and the second week of the season for peace and nonviolence. So we've got a lot of energy behind us for peace, yes? And some of you might know, I don't know if everybody knows what the season for peace and nonviolence is. I mean, it is what it says. But it's also it's a season of education around peace and nonviolence. And it's in the tradition of Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. And so it's those ideas of peace that we bring into the collective field and into our personal walk as we explore peace building. So last week we did look a little more collectively. We looked at what's, kind of maybe rocking some of our sense of peace in the outer and in the country and the world, and the recognition that there's sort of these parallel paths that go on in our lives, sort of timelines, and there's a path of collapse and there's a path of restoration, and that we can't ignore necessarily collapse when it's in front of us, but we can move between the two paths. And so if you missed that first part and you want to catch up, it's on YouTube, it's on our website, you can catch up. And hi to everyone online, by the way. We're always good to have our viewers from online. And all of you outdoors in the sunshine. Wow, look at that patio, it's full today. So this week, we're going to shift a little bit more to the interior space and build that interior architecture of peace from within. So that helps us build a strong foundation and a place that we can lean into, right, as we're moving about the world, as we're relating with one another, as we're doing life. So that idea, that on the spiritual path, a lot of times it's not about adding anything, right? It sometimes maybe feels like it. We're adding knowledge or we're adding, some new way of seeing things. But really what we're almost always about in our spiritual development is just removing what stands in the way because it's all already here. You have all the peace, all the love, all that you need right here within. But, life can get a little bit tricky sometimes, would you say? Things can come along, and we come up with ways to protect ourselves for good reasons, and different things that we build in, and then when we don't need them anyway, out of habit, we're still acting that way. And so what we want to be able to do is hone in on the things that might be blocking our good and just simply remove the blocks. And then the peace floods our being. Then whatever it is that we're seeking is much more available to us, those spiritual qualities that we know that we have. So a few Sundays ago, we had Reverend Rita Marie Johnson here, who was the founder of the Connection Practice, and she's been teaching that all over the world for a long time. In fact, she left here and went off to Hawaii on a cruise, teaching Koreans on the cruise on her way to Hawaii, the Connection Practice, and then more of it in Hawaii. So it really is an international movement of peace. It used to be called Be Peace. So it is founded in this idea of peace. And there were many things that Rita Marie said when she was here that struck a chord with me. I hope if you got to listen to or watch that or be a part of that interview that you did too. But there's one thing that she said that I've really been working with and paying attention to. And that is she was talking about some research about the reptilian or the kind of survival part of our brain. And she said it's constantly firing two basic questions. Am I safe? Do I matter? Am I safe? Do I matter? Am I safe? Do I matter? I'm safe? Do I matter? And it's like I suddenly had some compassion for myself and everybody, just recognizing we're all running around the world going, am I safe? Do I matter? Am I safe? Do I matter? But doesn't it feel like it's true on some level that there is this underpinning chant going on that is based in false core belief? So today I want to take this apart a little bit and focus on these two statements and their lack of truth and turn them around into what is true. I am safe. I do matter. Do you want to say that with me for a moment? I am safe. I do matter. Does that feel good? All right, well, we're going to look a minute at the other side of it. So when, of course, when we're repeating these statements all the time, we can work ourselves into states of fear, anxiety, separation consciousness, everything that comes out of what's untrue, right? And so what we want to do instead is the reverse. And we have this really amazing teaching about affirmative prayer, affirmations, statements of truth. And they can be, sometimes it can just feel like it's sort of like a Band-Aid, or it's like, oh, okay, whatever, affirmations, I know sometimes I feel that way about it. And maybe you do too. But if you, rest into the depth of it, and maybe part of it is because things become popularized in the culture, which is great. Don't get me wrong. It's like, if we want affirmations all over the culture, that's a very good thing. But it's just coming into the meaning behind it, right? To feel it, to feel the depth of it, I guess is what I'm speaking about here. And so it's like to really recognize that affirmations of truth, like the way that we just did, I am safe and I matter, and there was a kind of a collective feeling in the room. So there's like, we can feel it. When we can feel it, and we can say it from that place of truth, or we can, as they used to say in metaphysics, fake it till you make it. When we say it, we begin to believe it, or when we begin to believe it and then we say it, all the more powerful, right? So it's recognizing that we can shift things even there, even by reversing the statements. So when you do notice that you're running that survival brain script, you can just pause and say, no, I am safe. I do matter. And maybe one of those is more your thing to work with. You know better than anyone else. So let's look at them one at a time, because safety comes from an innate feeling of trust. I mean, more than anything, that's how we feel safe, right? We develop an innate feeling of trust. And that way we trust ourselves, we trust Spirit, Spirit's got us wherever we go. We have a sense of, I'm covered. I'm safe. I have a sense of no matter what happens around me or who I'm with, that there is this deep, abiding sense of safety. Now, I know for some of us, this comes easier than others, and a big part of that is because of our childhood experiences. For many people, we come in, we think that, all children should feel safe, they should be in a safe home, they should have caregivers that nurture that feeling of safety, and sadly, a lot of us didn't get that. So I'm aware of that, and I'm also aware of how much work has been done by the people who didn't get that. So kudos to you. If you're one of those people who had a childhood where you didn't feel very safe, and you've done lots of work to get to a place where you, as an adult, feel safer, I just want to honor you, because that's a huge journey. Honor yourself if that is you. So this knowing, this sense that I am safe and that I'm protected wherever I go, that we want to either we already embody or we want to embody, that we're moving toward, that we're developing by getting this stuff out of the way. It happens on 3 levels of being, essentially, on the level of body, on the level of mind, and on the level of energy, of spirit, all around, in our field, through us. And so we're going to break this down for a few moments. But throughout this, I want to share some affirmations you can work with. So you may, if it speaks to you and is something you want to use, maybe take a picture, or you can refer back to the online sources. So for the body, it's this sense, this affirmation of, I have an intuitive sense. I know I have an intuitive sense, right? I trust my body to tell me what it needs, to release stress, and even to heal itself. So if we can lean into that truth, then we can begin to really build a trusting relationship through the body. A lot of times, the body and its, cultural, religious, even if you weren't taught in a religion that told you the body and the spirit were separate, or the flesh was, sinful or weak, or whatever those, untruths are that many of us were indoctrinated with. Or even if you didn't have that direct experience, it sort of lives in the field, right? So recognizing first that the body and the spirit that through the body we can have a spiritual experience, that they are one, that the body is not separate in any way. It's the body of earth, it's the body of Mother Earth, it's the body of creation that we are talking about here. It's the temple. So we might have to get through that hurdle. That might be one of the things as we look at the body. But as we begin to trust the body serves us better. And as the body serves us better, we begin to trust it, right? So it's just like we would have a relationship with another person. Over time, we get to know it a little bit better, we pay attention, we listen, and then we act accordingly. So years ago, I was in this healing session with this woman, Laura, and when we finished, I was sitting up on the massage table, and we were just kind of chatting about what had happened. And as we were sitting there, my leg just started making these circles, like I was not doing it. And it was doing it kind of fast. I don't want to fall over, so I don't want to do it too fast. But so I was like, what is that? Why is my leg doing that, Laura? And she said, oh, your muscles are just unwinding. And I was fascinated by this idea. And over the years, it has happened to me spontaneously, usually when I'm just lying in bed, and then suddenly I'll just notice, like my arm, my leg, usually it starts with my wrist, will start moving a little bit, and then maybe my leg will start moving a little bit. And I kind of forget about it, and then I realize, oh, I have this tool available. So a few nights ago, I couldn't sleep, and sometimes I'll listen to a guided meditation, but my phone was in a different room, and my earbuds were somewhere else. I didn't want to go get all that stuff. Plus, I was like, I don't want a device. I just want to trust my being. So I was just lying there, and I thought, oh, how about I let my body unwind? So it's an amazing experience. It's like an invisible body worker is there manipulating my body in all kinds of ways I didn't think that it wanted to move. But when it moves, it's like open space all of a sudden. Oh, that feels good. Oh, that relaxes, So I'm like, wow, free body work right here in my bed. And after about 20 minutes of all this, like this thing that had been in my neck for weeks released, and then some little crampy thing in my back released, and then I fell soundly asleep. And it's recognizing that the body has this ability, and it's just there for the using and the taking and the relationship that we can build with it, and the allowing of this wisdom to move through us. Just experiencing that gives me a little bit more of a sense of how Charles and Myrtle Fillmore were able to heal their bodies through the power of spirit. And we forget, because we have some of the crutches of modern medicine now, and I'm not saying we shouldn't use those, just saying that we have more available to us than most of us are using or realize. It's like they say we only use some small percentage of our brain. We only use a very small percentage of the wisdom of our bodies. So maybe do try this at home. Maybe muscle unwinding is going to be your thing. I don't know. You'll find out, but it always is delightfully surprising to me the way that my body moves, and I think, oh yeah, probably my wrist has been, suddenly have some insights, yeah, probably from all the computer work and this, but whatever, it doesn't matter. You don't have to make a story up about it. You can just let your body do what the body does, right? My mind likes to, get involved. I don't know if you're like that. No, not at all. Huh? So speaking of the mind, let's go to the mind and see what do we want to affirm about the mind as we're doing this together, as we're letting go of these reptilian brain beliefs. My mind is powerful. Isn't that the truth? I know how to align myself. Do you want to say, how about we just say it together? If I invite you, if you would like to. My mind is powerful. I know how to align myself with divine intelligence and receive divine ideas. I make wise choices. So just knowing that, right? Knowing that for ourselves, that recognizing how powerful our minds are, and that when we connect with, and it's not like we have to do some crazy hookup thing, right? Divine intelligence is here. Really, all we have to do is relax and open our minds. Get off the wheel of busyness of thought. Let your mind just relax a little bit and open. Then you have everything at your fingertips. All the ideas that you would ever need, all the solutions to any problem you could have, because your mind is now receptive to allow whatever it is that divine intelligence wants to bring to you and help you to make wise choices. So sometimes this can come in a time when we are in a real pickle. We're in a situation where maybe we truly don't feel safe. I remember once I was in a parking garage and I thought I was being stalked. And I don't know for sure if I was being stalked or not, but I took it as a real sign. My heart was beating out of my chest and my mind thought this thought. And so I thought, somehow I found a little breath in there. And I got all these directions. So it felt to me like divine ideas, go to the elevator, go to a different floor. So I quietly went to the elevator, went to a different floor. I waited a little while, I came down, I stood behind this wall, just sort of like relaxed myself, and then when I felt like I got the guidance, go to your car now, it's okay. And so that's what I did. It wasn't until I was driving out of the parking lot that my heart, started to just sort of like get into a regular rhythm and I could let go. But I look back on that and I think, wow, thank God for my mind that was so fast to give me exactly what I needed to know. And you probably have been in these scenarios before too. So I guess I want to remind us to trust it. Trust your mind. It's not the time to go, well, am I really? Is this really? It's like, no, I'm going to go with it. I feel like this is what's happening, so I'm going to keep myself safe. And I'm going to trust my mind and my gut to give me what I need to stay safe in this scenario. So if you find yourself in difficult situations, trusting all levels of being are there for you and it can allow you to move through a situation in safety. So let's go to spirit for a moment. You know, this spirit is energy, right? It's the use of energy. And energy is in the field all around us. Energy is within us. It's the life breath of spirit. And so have you ever gone into a room and you feel like you helped shift the energy to bring maybe some calm to a situation, or maybe some uplift to a situation? Or maybe you've been in a space where someone else brought that kind of energy. And then all of a sudden everything shifted, you know? Yesterday I was, was it yesterday? Yesterday I was in the showers in the locker room, and there were all these women talking, and this one woman just kept bringing up like everything that was wrong. You know, the pool wasn't warm enough, and, you know, I don't know why they lie about it. The pool, you know, she was saying, I don't know why they lie. They lied to me. They said it was, 82. It's not 82. And I was thinking, wow, were they really lying? I mean, that just seems... So then I just decided, well, what could I do? I could just shift the energy, right? And talk about something else. And I said, oh, it looks like they're making a lot of progress on the new pool. And then suddenly everything shifted. And the energy felt good to me, and it felt positive, and it felt like a fruitful conversation. So this is what we can do, right? We just trust ourselves to bring forward what we can, but we won't do it if we're asleep. If we're asleep to the, am I safe? Do I matter? Am I safe? Do I matter? You know? And so I got to talk about it. Am I safe? Do I matter? And I got to see if other people think I matter. Or, it's just breathe. It's just come back here, right? Once we build this interior, and again, I say build, and it's not really even build. Once we remove whatever's in the way, and we come back into the truth of who we are on all these levels of being, everything is better. You know, all of our experiences in the world are more fulfilling and more peaceful. And we're then building peace, we're bringing peace wherever we go. So you do have the ability to shift energy wherever you go. Thich Nhat Hanh tells a story of, Thich Nhat Hanh was a Vietnamese Buddhist monk who often told stories about the refugees coming over on the boats and the difficulties, of course, the extreme fear and panic that they went through when storms came about or pirates came. And he always told the story of all it took was one person in a very crowded boat to hold a space of calm, and the boat would not capsize. And so it's about that ability, and what can you do in those moments? Well, you've got the breath. You don't need candles and an altar and your favorite place to sit to get into that mode. You carry your breath wherever you go. Use the breath. Use the breath to start to connect. Know that you're connecting with the life breath of spirit. Know that you're connecting with divine ideas. Know that your feet are on the ground. And right now, in this moment, I'm safe. And the people around me are safe. And just, all the things we can do, right? Imagine everything is surrounded in light. That light is beaming forth from this place. Bless everybody in this boat. Bless the people that are coming. Say the pirates are coming. Bless them. There's so much we can do. And if we're in the little brain mode, we're not going to be very helpful. So I just love the story that it just takes one person. And it really is just one moment of coming into that place of peace, coming into that calm, and then it shifts everything. So Thich Nhat Hanh would say, Earth is like a small boat. We need people who can sit still and who can walk peacefully. Yeah, that's what we need. And you're all those people. You know how to sit still and you know how to walk peacefully. All we got to do is do it. And the work that we do to do it is just to let go of this ways of being that amp up the other kind of energy, the anxiousness, the divisiveness, and the rest. So let's move to do I matter for a moment, because that's that other part that a lot of you may be thinking, well, I got the safety thing down, but I want to hear about do I matter, because that's the one that really, gets me. I don't know, maybe that's true for you. So you might have experienced, in various ways how this might show up. It could be feelings of unworthiness or not enoughness, common ways that I'm not important, whatever it is. And that can show up sometimes as underachieving, So you might notice that you tend to underachieve when you're in these places of I don't matter, and then like, what does it matter? So it's kind of underachieving, like, what's the point? We kind of get in that. We can go down that path, or we can go into overachieving, right? Overdrive. It's like, I've got to produce more, and I've got to do more because I got to matter, and I got to know that other people are being impacted, and whatever it is that we do. And if you get in too much overachieving, you get in that space where your body and your mind get exhausted because you just push past those rhythms, those natural rhythms when we're in that place. So it's not all that productive, is it? Anybody relate to this at all? Either one of them, under, over, yeah. How about the imposter syndrome? Do you relate to that? Anybody ever have the imposter syndrome? You know what that's about? You show up somewhere and you think like, oh, I shouldn't be here. I don't belong here. When I was in my 20s, I was put in a managerial position, and like one of my first times in the boardroom, I remember just being like, how did they let me sneak in the back door here? Like, why am I here? I know a lot of women have this imposter syndrome thing, and probably a lot of people have experienced, everybody's experienced it maybe in some way or form at times. And so I would just sit there quietly and listen for many meetings. And then as I began to listen, I began to notice some things and thought, oh, it looks like maybe what we could use is this or this. So I was just thinking, wow, we just need a briefer version of this thing we were putting out to folks. And so one day I just thought, oh, I got up the courage to speak in my first boardroom meeting. And then I stumbled over my words, and I said it kind of loudly and fast because I was nervous. And I said, what we need is a short, brief version. And that's what they did. They laughed. Oh my gosh, I could have just crawled into a hole, right? I felt like the biggest fool. I couldn't recover to say what I wanted to say. I mean, I suppose they knew what I wanted to say, but it didn't matter. It was lost. And but over time, over time, I had the opportunity to make contributions there and to feel like I had, was able to share gifts and so on. So I got over my imposter syndrome, I guess is what I'm saying. And you too can. If you have those moments, you can get over your imposter syndrome. Because you can talk to yourself, right, in that moment. Because now I have more skills now, more spiritual skills than I had then. If I were in that situation now, I could look at that and go, what? Are you kidding me? I totally deserve to be here. It's like I have something to offer here. And I can say that with confidence now. But, maybe at different points in our lives, we don't have that same space. And so we need to kind of talk ourselves into that space with words of truth. So we come to that place of I do matter, and in my time there was an older woman, Shirley, who I really respected. And as relationships go, we get to know each other. And one time she fed back to me the gift that I brought to that same workplace. She said, you have this gift of calm. And she said, I feel so calm when I'm around you. And then she went on to say even more. She said, and I see that the origin of your calm is your investment in your spirituality. And I was just like, oh, that felt so good. You know how it is when somebody really sees you, and then they tell you in a way that it's just like you can take it in that moment, and that was what that experience was. So I knew, yeah, I do matter in that moment. And sometimes we might be sitting around waiting for that kind of validation. But, it may or may not come. So don't wait. Because the outer validation is lovely. It's like frosting on the cake. But that's not what we're after here. We're after the cake, right? And that's the inner work. That's the inner knowing, the inner confidence, the inner recognition that I do matter, that I am safe. And so that's really what we're after, is to come into this interior architecture of peace by trusting our bodies, by trusting our minds, and by trusting our own ability to work with spiritual energy, to work with the truth of who we are, which is a spiritual being, and to let all these aspects of being remind us that we've got it. as we are in these trusting relationships with various aspects of ourselves. So I believe that this work of focusing on these two statements can really open up a pathway for us. Eventually, over time, trust turns into faith. And faith is a kind of innate knowing, a kind of unshakable sense of, I got this, I know this, this lesson I've got down, right? Now what's next? Because that's what it's like on the path of evolution, right? In spiritual evolution. We get something, and then there's maybe a new layer of it. That's why people say, oh, this whole thing, I thought I already, got past this. That ever come up for you? It's like, this issue's come back around, or I'm in a new relationship, same issues. But it's just recognition that we are on a cumulative path, and we've always progressed to some new level. Even though it may not feel like it at any given moment, we've always progressed to some new level. And the power of how we do that and accelerate that evolution is by doing the work on the level of being within ourselves. So I want to really encourage us to allow ourselves to, maybe it's developing a conscious mantra for yourself that you say that's the opposite of what the reptilian brain might be saying. So maybe it is a chant of I matter, or I'm safe, or whatever your version of what it is that you're working with works for you. In the East, the idea of in Hinduism in particular, the idea of the mantra is a very powerful way to train the mind into truth, which is what, when Gandhi was assassinated, it said that he was speaking his mantra through in that moment, and through that process, people heard him speaking his mantra. So it's that thing that steadies you, that reminds you, that keeps you on the path, that keeps you in that space of constant reminder, I am one with the Spirit. I have all these gifts available to me, inside of me. And indeed, I am safe. And indeed, I do matter. Let's say it together, and let's maybe work these affirmations this week. Maybe you're going to try unwinding your body. I don't know. I hope there was some little gem in here today that you can work with and really begin to allow yourself to build trust and therefore peace. Let's say this together. I am safe and I do matter. I build inner peace by trusting my body, mind, and spirit. And so it is.
Thank you. And thank you, Reverend Kristen. So I just have a few reminders for us. I am safe. I trust my body to tell me what it needs to release stress and heal itself. I know how to align myself with divine intelligence and receive divine ideas. I make wise choices. I know how to use energy to make shifts, and this helps me and people around me calm down, and uplift. I do matter. I do belong here. I am important. I build inner peace by trusting my body, my mind, and my spirit. And so it is. Thank you, Reverend Kristen.
Thank you. Our prayer chaplains are available after the service to provide personal prayer support. If you are a prayer chaplain serving today, please stand. Our prayer chaplains wear the purple stoles.
Thank you. Yeah, whether you have a joy or concern in your heart today, praying with our prayer chaplains is a powerful opportunity to have your intentions raised up in consciousness.
Now, let's open our hearts to the practice of giving. Yay! I invite you to prepare your gifts as we align with the universal law of circulation. As we give, we shall receive. In truth, there is no lack or limitation. Abundance is our true nature.
Yes. For your convenience, there are a variety of ways to financially give to this community, and they're shown right up here on the slide. For those of you watching online, there is a donate button on the Watch Live page. We encourage everyone to set up regular and automatic giving to Unity using your bank's free bill pay service. And there are board members out on the there will be board members out on the patio to help you set that up if you're interested.
I invite you to take your tithe or offering in your hand and heart and repeat our affirmation with me together. Divine love, one with me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am joy-filled and grateful.
And we are so grateful for your generosity. And so it is.
So it is. Thank you.
Well, a little, those of you who can't get enough harmony, the 360s will be at Ziafredo's doing the Valentine's dinner shows next Saturday. So if you like great food and you like music, come along for that. And then the next day, next Sunday, 3 to 6 at the Relic in Benicia. So come join the party and get a lot more music. One other comment. When we sang the song in the first service that we're about to do, the chorus to it, which we're going to have you all sing along to, of course, has a line and it says, "Smile on your brother." And the word brother to me actually is very inclusive. It includes everybody. But that's my background and my history. That's not true for everybody. So we're going to try to sing "Smile on Each Other." So when you get to that point, let's do that. Love is but a song we sing, tears away we die. You can make the mountains ring, or make the angels cry. Though the bird is on the wing, you may not know why. Come on, people now, smile on each other. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Some may come and some may go, we will surely pass. When the one that left us here returns for us at last, we are but a moment's sunlight fading in the grass. Come on, people now, smile on each other. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Come on, people now,
Harmony of voices, harmony of guitars. We got it all happening. Harmony of the whole community. Thank you, Spirit, for music, for each other, for community, for sunshine, for prosperity. And let's bless this abundance that we have right here, right now, knowing it is symbolic of so much more. And together, we give thanks for the ever-increasing, constant flow of absolute good in our lives now. And so it is. And here come the children, the youth, the teachers. Let's sing them in.
We are a circle of love. We are a circle of life.
Circle of life.
Come join the circle of love.
Circle of love.
You have fun?
Come join the circle of life.
Circle of life.
The light in you and the light in me are one. We are a circle of life.
Circle of love.
We are a circle of life.
Circle of life.
Come join the circle of love.
Circle of love.
Come join the circle of life.
Circle of life.
Light in you and the light in me are one. The light in you and the light in me are one. One more. The light in you and the light in me are one. Yeah. Definitely.
Hello, there we go. Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. Today, we're splitting up into two groups, and we made Valentine's, and we have a little announcement that Katie's going to tell you.
So next week we have a Valentine's Day bake sale next Sunday. So feel free to bring baked goods and money, of course.
We look forward to seeing everybody and eating some special treats next week. Did you? Okay. Well, that's all we got.
And of course, the money that the children raise goes right back into their program. So you all do a great job of covering the expenses of your program, which is, I just want to give kudos. I should be also including Michelle in this because she's a big part of that. But thank you all for that. Really appreciate your own prosperity consciousness. Yeah. Well, let's bless our children, youth, and teachers, shall we? Children, youth, and teachers, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divine light within you. All right, we're going to close out. If you'd like to stand, if you want to hold a hand, or just keep your hands on your heart if you prefer not to, as we do our final song.
Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what I'm made of.
are the love and the light and the peace on earth right now. So let your light shine. Have fun and spread joy.
1, 2, 3, 4.